Hello, am I audible properly? Hello, am I audible? Okay, thank you. So yeah, we will wait for a few more minutes. Let others join this webinar. Till then, I hope everyone have installed the XAMPP and Sublime Text Editor. If you want to code along with me, just use these two apps as we will be using these two in this PHP session. Okay, then let's start this session. Okay, yeah. Welcome everyone to this webinar of Introduction to PHP conducted by Indian Society for Technical Education, and I am your today's speaker Shresth, core committee member of ISTE. So let's proceed. Yeah, these are the table of contents. We will be looking forward to complete all these topics. First of all, I will give you an overview of PHP. What is PHP and why we are using PHP and all the stuffs regarding it. Next, the outputs and variables and data types. Next, we will be seeing the strings, conditional statements, and loops associated with PHP, and also the arrays and functions. And at the end, I will give you means I will display you how to make a PHP form and how a user can type the inputs and we can access those inputs and display in our web page. Okay, then let's get started. Yeah, let me give you an overview of PHP. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. There are other names also like personal homepage and professional homepage. And PHP is a scripting language, and moreover, it's an open source. Scripting language is also a programming language, but the major difference is that scripting languages are interpreted. These are not like the compilers like the C programs. You have to just interpret the programs in PHP. So it is widely used, as the percentage says 79.1% of all the scripting languages. So it is basically used the most around the world. And PHP can create the dynamic pages. Yeah, if you have a static page, you can create it dynamic using the PHP. Okay, then yeah, these two other tech stacks we will be using, like the XAMPP is basically a cross platform. Okay, basically XAMPP what does is it will create a local server in your system. As you know, it's not like the normal coding. You need a local server to run the PHP programs. Okay, so XAMPP will create a Apache server which will be used to assess our PHP codes. And we will be using Sublime Text Editor here, as any text editor is fine, but I will be using the Sublime Text Editor. Okay, so Let's proceed further. Okay, yeah. This is the basic syntax of PHP. PHP is coded like this. First, you will have an opening tag like this only, and the ending tag with a question mark. And the code is written uh, between these two tags, between the opening tag and the closing tag. Okay, and now let's move further. Okay, the output and printings in PHP. So let's start how we can create our first page, means the very first thing in PHP, the printing the outputs and showing whatever we have typed in a code. So for that, just follow me. Like, you just have, I hope you have installed the XAMPP. So just open the XAMPP control panel, and then you can see the module Apache. It will create a local server in your system. So just start it. Yeah, you can see the ports are connected, and we have the Apache local server running in our system. Now just simply go to the your Chrome web browser and type the localhost. Yeah, you can see the index page is coming, means the web server is working fine. Now you just have to go to my PC, then C drive, then move to your XAMPP folder and the htdoc folder. You will be having so many files here. You can delete all these because they are of no use. I will be creating one new folder over here named ISTE. So yeah, it's here. Now let's create our first code of PHP. Creating a text file named print.php because .php is the extension of PHP. Yeah, we are here. Now the echo statement. Echo statement, what basically does is it will display whatever it's present inside the double quotes. Okay, so let me type hello world over here. And one more thing I will like to show, that PHP you can integrate HTML tags very easily. Like you can see, I can use a beer tag over here so that I need a line break after hello world. So that's the very interesting thing in PHP. You can anywhere insert HTML tags inside our PHP code. Just go to your index page and see the IST folder. Yeah, the print PHP is coming. So yeah, our first step is done. Like the hello world is coming properly fine. So let me show you some more thing. Like one more command is there, print. Then statement will also do the same thing in PHP. Like if I type the hello world and echo a break, save it and refresh it. Yeah, it's working fine. Like the echo statement and print statement. Okay, then let me show you one more thing, like the HTML. I have created a basic structure of HTML here, and you can easily insert PHP inside your HTML codes. Like that, you can see PHP is, I have made one PHP code, and you can write anything over here like welcome to the webinar. Okay, one more thing, the dot will concatenate the strings. Okay, so if I use dot welcome and dot, and I can add another string along with a HTML tag, like I'm using the italics tag over here, and webinar. Now go to your index file and see, yeah, it's working fine. Okay, just add me one space over here. Yeah, welcome to the webinar. Yeah, so basically it's working fine. The print tag, echo tag, and along with the PHP inside our HTML document. So let's move further. Yeah, the PHP variables. Variables basically what does is it will store informations like a container. Okay, so say, there are some rules of storing variables in PHP, like the variables must begin with a dollar sign in PHP. Moreover, it should have only a letter, means it should start only with a letter or an underscore character, and you can't have a numbers means a variable starting with a number, and you can only use alphanumeric characters and underscore characters to make your variables. And one important thing, like the case sensitive thing, in PHP variables, dollar lowercase h and dollar uppercase h are two different things, and it can store two different values. Okay, so just be aware of that. These are some of the examples, like the proud description, the interval, or sales smart. These are the some examples of PHP variables. Now let me give you example how we can create the PHP variables. Let's go here and make one more file. Yeah, if I'm creating $x equals to 10 and $y equals to 20, and I can store the sum of $x plus $y. Then I can echo it out $z. You can use double quotes also, or you can use it without double quotes also, because it's a variable. It will work fine. Just save it. The variable.php. Yeah, you can see it's coming fine. Like whatever we have made the program, it's coming exactly what we want. And now let me show you some another variables, like just add one line break, like a string. Okay, and you can type PHP is a scripting language, and you can echo that variable $string, and concatenating with one more thing, like, and let me say open source. Save it and then you run your document. Yeah, PHP is a scripting language and open source. So with this you can display, means assign PHP variables with the dollar sign characters. Okay, then we can move further. Yeah, the PHP data types. Okay, in PHP we are having so many data types, like the integers, as you know, without decimal points, and doubles, which are the floating point values, means the fraction one, and the boolean, which are basically having two values, true and false. And booleans are basically used in the conditional statements, we will be discussing further. And the null means if you are not assigning any value, then you can assign it a null. And the string, these are the sequence of characters. Yeah, and the arrays what basically does it, it is a single variable which will be storing multiple values with some index position. We will be looking it further. And the objects, and objects, as you know, are the programmer defined classes, and these are basically used to create a class in PHP language. Okay, the objects. And the resources, like resources, what basically does is when you want to establish a connection with database, like if you want to connect your PHP program with MySQL, there will be some data types which will be using to connect those MySQL database. Then the resources data types will be used over there. Let me show you one by one how it works. Let me create one more file over here named data types. So first integer like $x 50, and you can echo it out simply using $x. Let me add a line break over here. You can simply display it the data type integer. Just refresh your page on that photo. Yeah, it's coming fine over here. Now let me show you doubles. If I will take a decimal point value as we have seen here, and if I will echo it out using the previous one, means if I'm adding the previous variable x and variable y, okay, let me increase the font size. Is it fine now? Okay, I hope this much zoom is fine. So yeah, if I'm adding an integer and double, and let me add one line break. So can you tell me what will happen? So let's check. Yeah, as you can see, I have added an integer and double, but the final answer is a double because data loss is not allowed. Okay, so we can't ignore the 0.256. So the final output was an integer. Okay, let me show you one string. Welcome everyone. So yeah, this is one string. Just echo it out. Yeah, you can see it's working fine. Like the string, whatever we have stored in the variable, it's coming up. Now let me show you how to create an array. Let's create one variable car, and you just have to name a array and just assign the values inside it. Let me say one Audi, BMW, and one more is, let's say, Volvo. Okay, and you can display it using the index position. Okay, like the taller cars. And if you want to display the BMW, you can just, as you can see, the Audi is at index 0 position and BMW is at index 1. You can just add a 1, and let me add one line break over here using the BR tag. And we will be going more details in the array in the upcoming topics. Save it. You can see, okay, yeah, the BMW is coming fine. Yeah. So in this way, you can create one array. Now let me show you how to make an object in PHP. First, you have to create a class. Let's say fruits, and then just make a public variable named $name. Just create a function over here named setName with the variable name. Okay, and we will be using the this operator. What this basically adds the value assigned with the name. Okay, so whatever is present inside the $name, they will be assigning using this operator. Yeah, just I will assign $name. Yeah, our first function is completed. Let me display this thing using another function like the get name, and I will return the, this name. Yeah, it's fine. Now when you will create one variable named apple, create one new class like the same we have created above, fruits. Now I will set its name, named apple. Now I will display this with the get function. Yeah, save it and run your program. Okay, yeah, you can see the apple is coming fine. So yeah, this is the basics. This is the basic structure how to create an object using PHP programming, PHP scripting language. Okay, yeah, you can proceed further. PHP string. So we have seen some PHP strings as we have shown you how to create a string like the welcome to webinar. Let me show you some inbuilt functions used with string. Okay, so let's create one file named string. I want the length of this string. I can just type str length, just add dollar string, which is the variable name. Just save it and run. Yeah, 25. It's coming fine. The total number of characters. Let me show you some more, like the echo str word count. We pass the string in this function. Save it and run. Okay, you can see PHP is a scripting language. It has 4 words and it's coming fine over here. Let me show you one more function like str position. It's right as strpos. If you want to know the position of, if you want to know the position of is, just type is and pass the array from, you can just pass the string from which you want that position. Save it and run. Yeah, it's working fine because it is at the position 4, because the white spaces will also be considered, as you can see from here. Let me show you one more function like the echo str replace. First write the whatever you want to replace, like the language you want to replace. You want to replace it with another word, let's say named code, and just type the string in which you want the changes to happen. Save it and run. Okay, you can see I have written PHP is a scripting language, but when I apply this str replace, it's coming PHP is scripting code. Okay. Now, one interesting thing regarding the, yeah, quotes. In PHP, double quotes and single quotes are two different things. Yeah, let me show this with code. Like if I create one variable named 10, and when I will echo it, say the number is $x, save it. You can see the number is 10 is coming fine with double quotes, but when I will use single quotes, and I save it, yeah, it's coming as it is. So in single quotes, whatever you will type inside the single quote, it will be coming as it is. As you can see here, the output is coming, the number is $x. So yeah, we have completed this topic. Then let's move further. Conditional statements. So in this we will be seeing the 4 major conditional statements. So conditional statements, what basically does it, it will perform an action only if the condition is satisfied. Okay, so there are 4 conditional statements: if else, if else, and switch statement. Let me show you each one by one. Create one new file over here. First create structure of PHP. Start with if, like $x equals to 10, and if $x equals to 10, let's say echo yes. So yeah, if this condition satisfied, whatever is inside the parenthesis of if, it will display the output accordingly. So let's check. So yeah, it's coming fine, yes, because the 10 is equals to 10. Let's move to another conditional statements like if else. So you can use this one, same as if $x equals to 9, then echo, let's say $x remainder if double equals to 0, then echo even. If this condition is not satisfied, then it will echo the odd. Okay, let's save it and run the file. Yeah, it's coming even because $x is an even number. It's the variable $x is storing 10, and yeah, it's an even number, so it's working fine. Let me show you another conditional statement: if, else if, and else. Suppose if I create a variable named marks, and if marks equals to means marks greater than or equals to 90, and display echo grade A. And let me add one more condition, like else if $marks greater than or equals to 80, then display echo grade B. And if this condition is also not satisfied, then you can go with the else, like echo grade C. Save it. So our marks is 88, so it should come the grade B. There is some error online. 28. Yeah, I haven't closed the else. So yeah, the grade B is coming fine. So yeah, let me show you the another one, the switch statement. So we say grade equals to E, and switch $grade. Just add one case, like if case is A, it should echo excellent, and case B, it should echo. Yeah, one major thing, don't forget to add a break statement, otherwise it will keep on executing all the commands. So if I will add echo good break, in case C, let's grade C, echo, this one is average. Yeah, just add at the end, right? And then our default means if none of the case is satisfied, it will go with the default one. echo, let's say work hard. Save it, run. There is some error. Let me check. Add. Okay, let me check. Okay, yeah, there is one spelling mistake. Sorry for that. Yes, it's coming fine. Like the work hard because our grade is E. Suppose if our grade is B, then let's check what will happen. Yeah, it's coming good. Then it's working fine. Okay, we have completed our conditional statements. Let's move forward. Yeah, PHP loops. In PHP, we will be having four different types of loop. Loop what basically does it will execute a set of code continuously till the condition is satisfied. Okay, and if the condition is not satisfied, it will stop that code. Means the block of code which is executing repeatedly. Let me show you how it works. Let's say the while loop. Return variable $x equals to 1 while $x less than 5, it will echo $x, add one breakpoint, and $x. This is the increment, as I want that it will be incremented every time the loop is satisfying the condition. Let's save it and see. Yeah, it's coming fine. As you can see, the looping condition is fine. Then it will keep on echoing the word $x every time the condition is satisfied. Let me show you the another one. Yeah, the for loop, say for $x equals to 10 and $x greater than or equals to 0, and let me add a decrement operator, and if it is, then it will echo $x. Okay, fine. Save it and run. You can see it's coming fine, like it's decrementing every time the for loop condition is satisfied. Let's proceed further. Another one is do while. The major difference between do while and while is in while condition, the condition is checked first, but in do while, first it will execute the code and then it will check for the condition. Let me show you with an example. Y is equals to 1 and $z equals to 2, and I will say do echo $y into $z, yeah, and increment operator, and then we will give the condition over here like $y till it is less than 5. Save it and run. You can see it's coming fine. It's multiplying with 2 every time, so it's coming 2 4 6 8. Yeah, let me show you the next loop statement. The for each. For each is somewhat like the for loop only, but it is more convenient to use. Like if the previous one which I have created like $cars array of um, yeah, then create a for each loop in which, let's say, pass the array $cars as $C. In this, the $C will store the values present in the $cars, and it will be assessed one by one every time. Okay, let me show you how. Like if I echo $C, save it and run. Yeah, it's coming fine. The $C is storing the values present in arrays one by one and displaying it out. So yeah, we have completed this one also. Let's proceed further. The PHP arrays. In PHP, we will be having three major arrays. First one is index. It will be based on the numeric index, like the $car will store, as you can see here, $car has stored three values and each value is assigned an index position. Associative array, in which we will be having a key value pair, like as you can see here in this array we are having Rohan, and which is a key, and 25, which is Rohan's age, as a value. And the next one is multi-dimensional array. In this we will be having a nested array, means a array inside a array. Let me show you how you can code along with this. Create a file named array, and then first numeric array, like let's say colors, array red, blue, green, and you can echo it like the array name, colors, and the square brackets will contain the index position. If you want the color green, as you can see, it is at position 0 1 2 3 0 1 2. So you just have to write 2, save it. Yeah, green is coming fine because it is at index 2. Let me show you Another one, the associative array. In this, you have to create a key value pair, like let's say name equals to array with Rohan and its age is 25. So Mohan, its age is 20, and one more, say Priya, her age is 15. Okay, and you how you can assess it, like name, and in the square brackets you just have to type the key name, like here the previous one, all the words Rohan, Mohan and Priya are keywords. So if you want the Mohan's age, just type Mohan, save it and run. Yeah, it's coming fine. As you can see here, the Mohan's age is 20 and it's displaying. The another array is the multi-dimensional. Let's say I will create a variable named course, and inside another array with subjects like stats. Its credit is let's say 3 and it's a theory course. Add another array, let's say Python, that its credit be 4 and it's a lab course. So yeah, the array is created and you can assess it as course. The first square bracket will contain the array number, like here we have two arrays inside the main array. So if I want the if I want the credits in the Python course, so it's present inside the array 2. Let me add the 1 because it is at index position 1 and the 4 is also at index position 1. So it should be coming 4. Yeah, it's coming fine because the credits of Python is at index position 1 1. Okay, proceed further. We have completed all the three basic arrays used in PHP. Now the PHP functions. Okay, in PHP functions we will be having two types of functions. One, the simple one, and the another one we will be passing one argument. Let me show you how you can code the functions in PHP. Say a file named function. So you just have to create basic structure of PHP first, and function, and naming the function as add. Let's create a variable named $x as 5 and $y as 10, and echoing it out $x plus $y. Fine. And when you will call that function add, that 15 should come. Yeah, it's coming fine because you have created this function named array. When you have created this function named add, and when you will call that function add, it will display you the output whatever you have coded inside the add function. Now another function in which we will be passing one argument. Okay, let me name this function as product, and it is an integer of $a comma integer $b $z equals to $a into $p. Okay, and just return it because I'm passing an argument, so you have to return that z because we are storing the product values in $z. And if I'm calling that function, echo the product is let me call the function, let's say 3 4, save it and run. Yeah, coming fine. The product is 12. The first one was a basic function and the second one in which we have passed an argument. Okay, so yeah, I have shown you the two types of function. So yeah, next topic is forms. In forms, we are having two different methods like the get function, get and the post. So there is a slightly means a very simple difference between get and post. Get is not much secure, but the post method is more secure. Let me show you how you can code this. I hope everyone know the basic syntax how to create a form. Where I'm creating an HTML form. It's a form dot HTML. Let's create a basic form in which we will be passing the user's input and we will be trying to display the output. Let me add a method over here. I will show you the post and get method one by one, and let me perform the action in response page. I haven't created it yet. We will be creating it later. Like, let me add some input fields like input type name, let it be name only, and let me add a placeholder, username, and br tags. Another, add one type number, name a number, and a placeholder, let it be your number. Let me add one more input field, like let's say an email. Just add a placeholder email. That's fine. And a type button, type submit, and we name this value as submit. Okay, save it. Then let's check whether our form is created properly or not. Form.html. Okay, yeah, it's coming fine. Username, number, and email. Now let's create the response page. Response.php. Open it. Yeah, we will be echoing the name, concatenate it, and we will be using dollar request. This what basically does it. This will assess the values whatever we have entered in the input field, like whatever the user have input, type the input inside the fields, we can assess it through the dollar underscore request. Okay, just name that because I want the name value. Line break. Now one more, say echo number, request, and here we want the value of number. The another one which we have created, email, and here we want the value of email. Yeah, we have created our response page. Just save it and let's run whether it's working fine or not. Let me type like Shresth, number, and a email. When I submit it, yeah, it's coming fine. Whatever the user have typed in the input field, we are getting in the response page. As you can see here, the straight charge and the number and the email address is coming fine in the response page as it's mentioned in the address bar. Yeah, let me show you one difference in the post method and get method. Instead of post, if I will be using a get method, save it, run, say a number and a email, something like ISTE-VIT@gmail.com. Yeah, it's coming fine, but you can see here whatever we have typed here, the whatever we have typed inside the input field, it is coming in the address bar of the Chrome browser, like the IST number and email. But if you are using the input type name passwords, that will not be secure as you don't want the password to be revealed in the address bar. So this is the major drawback of using the get function. And as you know, the post function is more secure. Okay. So I have shown you how to create a PHP form. Okay, yeah, we have reached to the end of this session. Thank you for being with me throughout this webinar. I hope you all have enjoyed this webinar, and whatever the basic needs we need to know before stepping into PHP all have completed. Means these are the basic stuffs you need to know before programming the higher codes in PHP. Okay, so this webinar is conducted by IST, and these are our details like the Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn handles. Let me show you. Like the Instagram page, we will be updating all the technical stuffs like webinars, hacks, events over here. You can follow it and get the updates every time. And this is our IST LinkedIn page. You can contact and reach us here. And this is our website. Here you will be having all the updates regarding our events. Okay, so do follow them. And yeah, the speaker details. As I have told you, I'm your today's speaker, Shresth, and these are my details, the LinkedIn and GitHub. You can contact me over here, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me here. And I have also uploaded all the codes, whatever I have typed in inside the GitHub repository named IST. You can access all the codes from there. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will be ending this session. Okay, if you don't have any doubts, then we will be winding up this session. Okay, thank you, and hope you have enjoyed this webinar. Okay, then see you in the next webinar. Thank you.